If your golf swing looks like this, then you must watch today's video because this is a movement that you cannot make up in the downswing. So what is the movement that we are talking about that just destroys golf swings? Well, it's when this trail arm collapses and gets stuck behind the body. Now, the reason why you can't make this movement up is because from here, you have to throw the club out. As soon as you start doing that, you're going to get some very inconsistent contacts, some very inconsistent ball flights. Now, to start with, let's simplify this down. If I just drop the club, on every golf top, there is a seam line down sort of the middle of your rib cage. If we understand the relationship between the elbow and that seam line. So as a general rule, in the golf swing, we never want to see this elbow go behind that seam line. As soon as it does, we have this stuck feeling. Now, the reason for this is because we need to understand what the arms are actually doing in the swing. So the purpose of the arms, if I grab my lead thumb with my trail hand, is to A, elevate, and B, the trail arm is going to fold in the backswing, and as you can see, that sort of pulls the left arm across. At no point does my arm retract behind my body this way. This is where people say you've got to keep your hands and arms in front of your body in the backswing. Now, a very simple swing thought that you can use out on the golf course and just in general to help you with this is to focus on never letting your elbow drift behind that seam line. So it always, no matter if it's the backswing or the downswing, it always wants to stay in front of that seam line. So why does this movement actually happen? We need to understand the root cause first. Now, there can be a lot of different causes for this, but we can sort of summarize them into two categories. The first one is that your body just doesn't turn enough in the backswing. So as a byproduct, let's just say at the top of your backswing, you turn this much. Your arms are subconsciously going to go, well, I want to finish the golf swing so that I can get into a position where I can generate some speed and have time to accelerate the club in the downswing. So what they do is they just collapse to the top and then obviously they throw down from there. The second reason is that you are pivoting very well, but it's just that your arms are disconnected from each other and disconnected from the body. So quite often we'll see that the elbows pull apart, so the distance between the elbows increases, and from there it's always going to get into this sort of collapsed look at the top of the backswing. Let's now work through some drills that are going to help you with this. So the first drill that we're going to go through is going to tackle the rotation side. So making sure that we have enough rotation to where we can keep the hands and arms in front of the body in the backswing. So what you need for this is 2 alignment sticks. You're going to grab the first alignment stick and pop it at roughly a 45-degree angle between your feet. And the second alignment stick is going to go through your belt loops just like so. Now, the aim of this drill is at the top of the backswing, we want to match the 2 alignment sticks up. That's going to ensure that we have enough hip rotation and therefore chest rotation in the backswing in order to keep our hands and arms in front of us. Now, if you are a golfer who reverse pivots like this, or you're a golfer who just restricts their hips so much, now in both of those situations, you're going to see that this alignment stick does not match the one on the ground. What are the sensations you're going to have as you're doing this? Here are 2 great ones. Number 1, you're going to feel like the pressure in your trail foot works a little bit more to the heel and stays a little bit more in the inside part of that foot. If it works to the outside part, that's going to mean that you've shifted laterally too much and you're more than likely stuck on your trail foot at the top of the backswing, not giving us enough turn. The second sensation is the trail hip. You're going to feel like the trail hip, yes, there might be a little bit of a shift off the start, but by the time we get to the top of the backswing, it has turned back and around and it is closer towards the target than when it started. So if I was to draw a line down this trail hip, you will see that by the time I get to the top, it's worked in and around from that line, and these two have matched up. So the second drill that we're going to go through is going to help us with our arms separating apart. Now, all you need for this is a ball. Now, there are training aids out there that make this just a little bit easier. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to place this ball between your forearms like so. Now, if you get into a position to where your elbows widen and then your arms collapse behind your body, you're going to see that that ball is going to fall out. But that is going to give you direct feedback that your arms have spread and they've gotten stuck behind your body. So in order to fix this, the goal is pretty simple. Keep the ball between the forearms throughout the whole swing. Now, this is going to ensure that your elbows aren't separating out and getting wider. Now, if I set up to this ball right here, let's just put a random number on it. My elbows, let's just say, are 10 centimeters apart. By the time I get to the top of the backswing, I want to keep those elbows a relatively similar distance apart. I don't want them widening too much, because if they widen, chances are the arm is going to get stuck behind the body. Now, the great thing is you can hit shots with this. And again, you can see if I just do a little half shot here, if I turn and turn, I was able to keep that in between my forearms the whole time. You also have that swing thought where you keep your elbow in front of your seam line at all costs. Now, if you need more one-to-one help with your game or for online coaching, the link is down in the description.